I'm Dave Bryce with Cloud Microphones, and we are here with guitar session great Tim Pierce in his studio in Los Angeles. Tim has recently acquired a Cloudlifter ZI mic activator, which he has been using to cut some tracks. Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been using the Cloudlifter for?
But I'm going to actually demonstrate how it appears to make the signal healthier. It makes the signal louder, but it also seems to be making the harmonics richer and giving the guitar tone more sustain. The hard thing about demonstrating it is that it does boost the levels. So in Pro Tools, when I actually bypass the unit, which we do by just simply pulling out the cables, the level drops. So when I bring the level up in Pro Tools, I'm able to actually judge the two sounds together because the levels have to match. Once we've done that, you can really hear a difference, and you can hear how when I play simple chords, they stay fatter longer. If I just go, it sustains longer. The mid-range seems to be fuller. The harmonics seem to be a little richer. So we're going to try and demonstrate that right now. But I think what we should first do is unplug it. Would you be willing to unplug the
Sure, I'll do that for you. Basically, we're just going to take this thing entirely out of the signal path.
Okay, so here I go. I'm going to play G, D, A minor, and E. Exciting.
Excellent.
Now let's plug it in.
Okay, we're going to plug this in, but before we do, the Cloudlifter Z has 3 settings: maximum, more, and minimum. I want to let people know that we have it set on its minimum setting at this point in time. Also, there is a variable impedance control that can change the tone. We basically have that set dead flat, so it's not doing anything to the tone on its own. This is just a basic sound through the Cloudlifter Z itself.
Okay, of course it sounds better because it's a lot louder. So now, let me go into Pro Tools and we'll match the levels. Okay, the exciting thing is I get to use the extreme window in Pro Tools. So the first waveform that you see is without the Cloudlifter. And if you notice, particularly on this third chord, it's actually bigger. On the first chord too, the peaks are higher, it's bigger. So we are basically being very fair to the signal without the Cloudlifter. It looks bigger.
Absolutely.
All right, in a couple of spots. So now we're going to listen.
See especially the third one. There's little
yeah, the third one.
That's
That's
there,
our.
as opposed to this
yeah,
third
that's
one.
our. That means we're telling the truth here. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see what we get. This is without the Cloudlifter. So what I notice is a little more sustain, a little more warmth.
Actually, listening to it, the Cloudlifter in, the third chord on this one, the transients sound more pronounced to me.
Yeah, it's a little warmer sound. Now we have it in, just FYI. And then that's that's the minimal setting on the Cloudlifter. Everything is down at its minimum.
Absolutely.
Now, let's have some fun and start turning it up.
Sure.
What do you say?
Okay, that's the minimum setting. Now we'll go to the middle one. And now all the way up.
And I'm going to turn down the input.
It's probably good. And we actually changed the gain tremendously, and it's really important to understand what it is we're doing here. What we're doing, because we're not actually changing the sound at all. What the Cloudlifter really does is it changes the balance between the mic and the preamp. So each time that I go up, you hear more of the SM57 that Tim is using on the amplifier that we're listening to, and less of the preamp that's being used in the chain. So that's really all the Cloudlifter is doing, is shifting more mic, less preamp.
And what we're using, a 1272 clone by Kahayan. It could be the BAE, but that's just what I'm using right now. So this would function the same pretty much on any mic pre you're using.
Absolutely.
API, Neve, whatever.
Sure. Well,
Telefunken,
it direct couples back to the mic preamp and uses the mic preamp for its power source. So if you're using a high quality mic preamp, even better with the Cloud Lifter.
Now, have you turned up the knob yet?
No, what the knob, that's a whole different thing. I have it set neutral, right at 3K, which is the same as even the smallest of Cloud Lifters. But one of the things you can do with the Cloud Lifter Z is change the input impedance, which lets you modify the tone. It's a different way to play with your tone at the most basic electrical level by either starving it or giving it more. So if you want to play something. Here I can thin Tim's tone out, thicken it up.
So for me, of course, I like the biggest, fullest setting.
Tone is the same. We're just changing the tone, really, not changing the gain. We're not changing the gain at all at this point. Just the input.
Kind of like a tone control.
Certainly.
Yeah.
In a different way than you can do it with anything else, really. Like I said, this is what we're about with this logo. It's kind of like squeezing electricity in your hand.